Joining us now, radio host Jason Rantz. Jason, so why can't he talk about real families? He has to invent a fake American middle-class family so that he can show voters he's got a connection to the middle class. Let's show this new Siena College poll. Only 39% of Schumer's New York State constituents have a favorable view of Chuck Schumer. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think that number is a reflection of him not knowing actual people like the Baileys, right? This is an invention because he's an elitist who has no connection to the people that he represents. And like so many politicians, frankly, on both sides of the aisle, at some point when you're the incumbent, it's kind of just like an automatic vote that he's been able to take advantage of all these years. For this to come out in this way is pretty embarrassing. And, look, politicians make things up all the time, but they're usually not as in detail like this. It's like, I met a farmer on the campaign who told me they can't afford, like, those are the kinds of stories you generally get. This is a level of detail that is almost psychotic. I'm equally impressed, but also terrified at the level of detail that he's created.
What do you make of this information that supposedly everybody in D.C. media knew this was just a ruse that he was making up, that he was using as a metaphor? Again, we looked through the clips. He never said this is a metaphor.
Yeah, they gave him a pass, presumably, because he's got a D next to his name. And I think that if this were to come out with a Republican, they would probably jump on it. They would turn into a look at this person who's a lying liar who lies, right? They would use this not just to embarrass, but to call out everything that the individual Republican would say. In this case, they're giving coverage to a Democrat simply because it's a Democrat.
We got to move on to this. It's this bad for the Democrat Party. Look at this news. The Teamsters union is backing battleground Republicans for the midterms, giving more money to Republican lawmakers to beat Democrats. After nearly 2 decades of mostly backing Democrats, now the Teamsters Union President, Sean O'Brien, is signaling a more permanent realignment to the Republican Party. You know, Jason, this is the second year in a row the Teamsters have donated to the Republicans' House campaign arm. What's your word on this?
Yeah, I think this is a reflection of unions doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is actually represent the membership. For the longest time, you've had Democrats benefiting from union backing because the Democrats do the bidding of union leadership, not necessarily the members. And now, finally, the Teamsters have decided to take a step in the right direction. That doesn't mean they're never going to support Democrats. It means they're going to support people who are doing what's best for them and the general economy. And I think, it kind of goes to the Chuck Schumer issue. You've got Democrats who are elitists, who are not in tune with the average American. They're busy talking about non-binary vegans with purple hair who work at Starbucks and pretending that that's the average person. And that's the one that they're trying to placate. And it just doesn't work for the American people. And that's the greater reflection of just the polling is in the toilet for Democrats. As much as they want to pretend that Donald Trump is not popular, they just have to look not just at the Teamsters union decision, but also just their own numbers, their own brand. It is so bad. And they've done this to themselves.
Thank you so much, Jason Rantz. Good to see you. Come back soon.